Alrighty, everybody, welcome into this is Time Domain. Yes, I'm wearing a light shirt today. This is a work shirt, because I'm going to work later today. But yeah, I'm probably gonna start wearing lighter colors at some point here soon. I'm gonna buy more shirts and all that. So I don't normally wear these light colors. So actually, this one looks pretty good on me. So but anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's get into Hosea chapter 1 and chapter 2 today. These are going to be short, so the video is probably going to go a little bit faster, but let's just get into it. Hosea chapter 1. The word of the Lord came to Hosea, son of Beeri, during the region of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, king of Judah, and during the reign of Jeroboam, son of Joash, king of Israel, Hosea's wife and children. That's the name of the section, by the way. Hosea's wife and children. When the Lord began to speak through Hosea, the Lord said to him, Go marry a promiscuous woman and have children with her. For like an adulterous wife, this land is guilty of unfaithfulness to the Lord. So he married Gomer, daughter of Debemela, and she conceived and bore him a son. Then the Lord said to Hosea, Call him Jezreel, because I will soon punish the house of Judah for a massacre of Jezreel, and I will put an end to the kingdom of Israel. In that day I will break Israel's bow in the valley of Jezreel. Gomorrah conceived again and gave birth to a daughter. The Lord said to Hosea, Call her Lo Raham Romah, sorry, which means not loved. For I no longer show love to Israel, that I should at all forgive them. Yet I will show love to Judah, and I will save them, not by bow, sword, or by battle, but by horses and horsemen. But I, the Lord God, will save them after she weaned Lo Rohama, Gomer, and another son. Then the Lord said, Call him. Gomer had another son. Then the Lord said, Call him Lo Ami, which means not my people. You are not my people, and I am not your God. Yet the Israelites will be like the sand on the seashore, which cannot be measured or counted. In the place where it was said to them, You are not my people, they will be called children of the living God. The people of Judah and the people of Israel will come together. They will appoint one leader and will not come up out of the land, for great will be the day of Jezreel. All right, chapter 2. So let's talk about this. God's naming, his children with the names of stuff, how God feels about things. And I think this is like literally, directed at the land. I think, um, a lot of this stuff in here is referenced or something else. So, like example, Babylon is an actual place in the world, and Babylon is, they call Babylon a woman in there, a very promiscuous woman. But he is mentioning parts of the land he probably wants to have named, and that's why these names are coming up quite frequently. And you go back into some of these chapters. Babylon, was called as a land in Daniel because Daniel, when you look at it, Daniel had a lot of problems in Babylon. And Babylon eventually, uh, Lord sent a prediction to Daniel about Babylon. And that's what's going on here. God's talking and saying, well, I don't love this land. You're not my people anymore because you defiled my name. You didn't follow me. Again, that's something that the Lord does quite frequently. And even if it's not the land, you'll see that happen to people. People will have, big groups of people. You'll see them have like really random drama at times. Like this weekend, something happened, and you'll see them have this like really big amount of drama. And I'm seeing that go on right now. And I'm talking about internet wise, but there's somebody on the internet that's trolling a bunch of everybody. And the reality, the truth of it is there's a bunch of people acting up. And it just goes to show them, like, I'm like calling them out in reverse, but when you go and look at it, you can tell when somebody's lying and when somebody's not. And you can just specifically tell through this one event that's occurring and how things are all playing out. And, the people out of the loop and the ones that are lying are the ones you can tell the big time because they have no clue what's going on. And it's funny because I'm pointing it out that they're just all like, they've all been lying for months now. You can just like specifically tell who's real and who's not to that subject. But that's just something I've noticed is that, like, you know, is like you'll see these things that God's saying throughout the book as a reference back to, you know, what he wants done in Jose's life and all that. And God speaking to him and being like, hey, you guys defiled the name, and now you guys are gonna suffer. And he's like, call these children you're having these names. And that's how that's that's just how God works. God, you know, when my when you see something you feel like it's off and you feel like it's not real, or you feel like somebody's just like lying to you, the Lord speaks up about that and he'll put it in you. And the people that are normally lying are the ones willing to start a fight, an argument with you. Just learn that. They'll start an argument with you, or like they will just keep arguing about the same subject. And it's just funny to watch because you can tell who is not truthful to what they're saying. Anyway, chapter 2. Say of your brothers, my people, and of your sister, my loved one. Israel punished and restored. Now that's the name of the section. Rebuke your mother. Rebuke her, for she is not my wife. I am not her husband. Let her remove the adulterous look from her face, and unfaithfulness from between her breasts. Otherwise I will strip her naked. Sorry. And make her as bare as on the day she was born, and will make her like a desert. Turn her into a parched land, and slay her with thrust. I will not show my love to her children because they are the children of adultery. Their mother has been unfaithful, and has conceived them in disgrace. She said, I will go after my lovers, who give me my food and my water. My wool and my linen, my olive oil and my drink. Therefore I will block her path with thorn bushes. I will wall her in so that she cannot find her way. She will chase after her lovers, but not catch them. She will look for them, but not find them. She will say, I will go back to my husband as at first, for then I was better off than now. She has not acknowledged that was the one who gave her the grain, the new wine, and oil, who lavished on her the silver and gold, which they used for Baal. Therefore I will take away my grain when it ripens, and my new wine when it is ready. I will take back my wool and linen intended to cover her naked body. Now I will expose her lewdness before the eyes of her lovers. No one will take her out of my hands. I will stop all her celebrations, her yearly festivals, her new moons, her Sabbath days, all her appointed festivals. I will ruin her vines and her fig trees, which she said were her pay for her lovers. I will make them a thicket, and wild animals will devour them. I will punish her for the days she burned incense to Baals. Balas, I can't pronounce his name. She decked herself with rings and jewelry, and went after her lovers. But me she forgot. She declares the Lord. Therefore I am now going to allure her. I will lead her into the wilderness, and speak tenderly to her. There I will give her back her vineyards, and make the valley of the Achor a door of hope. She will respond, as in the days of her youth, as in the days she came up out of Egypt. In that day, declares the Lord, I will you will call me my husband. You will no longer call me my master. I will remove the name of the Baals from her lips. No longer will their names be invoked. In that day I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, the birds in the sky, and the creatures that move along the ground. But now a bow and sword and battle I will abolish from the land, so that all may lie down in safety. I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you in righteousness and in justice, in love and compassion. I will betroth you in faithfulness, and you will acknowledge the Lord. In that day I will respond, declares the Lord. I will respond to the skies, and they will respond to the earth, and the earth will respond to the grain, and the new wine and the olive oil, and they will respond to Jezreel. I will plant for myself in the land. I will show my love to the one I called, not my loved one. I will say to those called not my people, you are my people, and they will say you are my God. So that's where I call it for now. Um, Debating tomorrow if I want to read like 3 chapters, because some of these are very, very short. Some of them are longer. So, um, but that's it for the day. All right. So as you can see, the Lord again is referencing the form of the land. He's referencing the form of the land. Sorry. He's basically saying that this woman, that this woman that he's talking about, that's a form of land. And he's saying that he just doesn't, it doesn't care for, they don't care for him anymore, the people of the land. All right. So that's why he is saying he's going to do all this stuff again. You're going to probably, I don't know how this chapter is going to unfold because this is my first read through of it. But so far I'm actually liking the way it's written and understanding it's pretty easy, at least for me. Um, but he's saying, that's not his wife. He's saying all this stuff because the reason he's saying all this stuff is because he wants he wants them to understand that they've made huge mistakes, and he just doesn't appreciate that they made all these mistakes like they did. You know, the Lord's trying to basically say, "Hey, stop messing around. You're really upsetting me, and I'm gonna show you that you've upset me." And that's where he's coming from on this whole entire thing. So, at the end of the day, the way I look at it is, the Lord's always right. The Lord's always right. We have to follow the Lord. We have to understand what the Lord wants from us. If you're not following his story, guess what he's going to do to you? He's going to keep making your life a disaster. And that's part of the reason I follow the Lord so much, because if you don't listen to him, he's going to eventually say, "Hey, I'm going to put you in I'm going to put you in a situation that's going to push you out." And that's the thing is, like, he's going to push you. I've seen it in my life a few times where the Lord wanted me out of a situation so much that before I moved here, the situation just kept escalating, and people kept making things hard for me. And that was how the Lord spoke to me. The Lord's like, "Hey, get your butt moving, buddy. You need to get out of here. I told you you weren't supposed to stay here. Why are you still here?" So pay attention to that stuff. If something in your life is going on consistently, and something bad is happening to you, and I mean, stuff like not working in your favor, stuff falling apart, things like that. That's a sign that the Lord is trying to tell you something, you know. And that's just how it works. The Lord's always, telling you stuff, whether it's good or bad. When stuff happens to me, I usually know there's a blessing coming, especially if it's bad. Now, if it gets bad and it's consistently bad, that's how I know the Lord wants me out of that situation. So just pay attention to what the Lord's telling you, and just follow him. Because he's trying to tell you something that you might not understand. And you don't understand, and we're human. We're not meant to understand anything. The only one that understands anything is the Lord, and we're not him, and we will never have that knowledge. That's forbidden knowledge. We know enough to know enough. But if we knew more than we know, which is why God got mad about the them Adam and Eve eating off the tree the way they did. They ate too much of the apple. If they ate the whole apple, we would know entirely more than we know, and we are getting to that point where we know too much. And technology is a thing where technology is one of those things where we're getting ourselves in trouble because we have knowledge at the tip of our fingers and stuff we shouldn't know. And the side effects are all around us. You can see it. But some of us aren't being affected as much because some of us, it's not the right knowledge. This is the knowledge we need. This is the knowledge that you should learn on a daily basis. But some of us just don't want to. So, with that said, I hope you take the time out after this to learn this book, to learn the Holy Bible, and just try to understand. This is stuff the Lord's trying to teach us. This book has never has like it's you know it's still the same book as it was from thousands of years ago. You know, no new chapters have been added into it, nothing. And the reason I keep going after this is because this is something I'm definitely trying to learn and definitely trying to understand. And the original Bible, I would like to know if that exists. I wonder where that is. So anyway, with that said, guys, listen to the Lord, follow him, and pray, pray, pray. After I record my short, which is next, I'm probably gonna do that before I go into work today. Pray. I'm feeling pretty good today. I want to get myself back on track, and I want to get myself back on the Lord, back on the path that God's given me. He's telling me he's telling me to buy these, he wants me to buy these new clothes. This is like something I've been deserving for a while, and next step are my shoes. I'm gonna replace my shoes at Walmart, stuff like that. So just something to think about. The Lord wants the best for you, and that's something I wish everybody would understand. But I'm out of here, guys. Take it easy. God bless you, and I'll be seeing you next time. God bless.